Hey everybody, it's me Lexi Wilson and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be back. I know that it's been such a long time. I think it's been 6 months since I posted my last video. And so much of my life has changed, and so that's why it's been really hard to keep up with the YouTube channel. But I am so glad that I have a chance to come back a little bit more regularly again. And I know that I have to earn the right for you guys to continue to support me, but I'm hoping that you'll continue to have faith in me and continue to watch the videos that are coming up. Now, what I'm so excited about is some of the changes that you can expect here on my channel. In the past, I focused on a lot of different things, but now my focus is going to be on fitness, health and fitness, because I have become obsessed with going to the gym every day, sometimes twice a day, including today. And that's also why I'm right now in workout clothes, because I'm headed to the gym after this. And then also talking about beauty and hair care and lip colors and all of that stuff, and lashes. I've become super girly. The more that I lift, the more I become girly. How does that work? I don't know, but I've loved it. Right now I'm wearing Kylie Jenner's lipsticks. The Coco collection, the first season, and I love those lipsticks. Oh my gosh, they're just amazing. So I'll be talking about those types of things, giving hair care reviews, giving beauty reviews, because I've just become super into that stuff. It's just made me so happy. So you can expect that as well. And then you can also expect videos like the video that I'm sharing with you today, where I'll be focusing on spiritual health and kind of building up that side of ourselves, because I've become super into the law of attraction. I feel like I have found my spiritual footing, and it has been so life-changing for me and my own spiritual growth and my own confidence. And I would love to share with you many of the tools that I have found to be super helpful for me. Now, of course, I still have my counseling degree and my counseling background, so of course that helps me as well to be able to help you out. But law of attraction has been very, very great for me in terms of really changing my mindset and helping me to manifest a lot of the things that I've wanted, such as a new job and a new career, new friendships, new locations, all of that. And today what I wanted to focus on was the concept of dealing with self-doubt. This is something that so many of us struggle with, where we have low self-esteem because we really believe that we can't get the things that we want. We can't accomplish what we set out to do. We don't have the talents, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources. And so we give up on ourselves before we even give ourselves a chance to win. And so here's a few of the things that I have found to be very helpful, and I have found to be very helpful for my clients in learning how to really build that self-belief. Number one, keep your vision in mind, okay? A lot of times we don't believe in ourselves simply because we let go of the vision that we have in front of us. So let's say if the vision is that you want to earn a certain amount of money a month, you're wanting to earn $5,000 a month, and you don't see how it's going to happen, and you're trying to work out the mechanics of it and nothing is coming to mind. So you let it go, you give up. Do not do that. Keep your vision in mind. There's a reason why you want that money, and there's a reason why it keeps coming up. It's the same thing when I see people give up on their dreams, where they're like, I want to be an actress, or I want to be a talk show host. You give up on your dreams simply because you're like, well, I don't know how that could happen. Don't give up on your dreams simply because you don't know the how. That is where your faith is going to come in. And in future videos, we'll talk about what that means and what it looks like to exercise faith. But believing in something, even though you don't have anything to back it up, that's faith. And it's important for you to keep the vision that you have in your head in mind. So if you want to be an actress, make a vision board and put up all the people that you look up to. Read stories about how your favorite actors and actresses made it, or what they did and what they had to overcome, because it reminds you that this has not been something that's easy for everyone to do. Everyone has to go through tough times, including you, in order to get what you want. So keep the vision in mind. Number two, monitor your interactions. Too many of us are not paying attention to the types of friends we're letting in our lives and the types of advice we are receiving. We are just taking anything and everything without asking ourselves, hey, is this person leading the type of life that I want? Do they have the kind of money that I like? Is this person making me feel better about myself, or are they triggering feelings of guilt or feelings of shame and embarrassment? Do they make me feel negative about myself? We're not asking ourselves those questions. We're just going, well, everybody likes this person, so I should like them too. And that's not going to help you at all. It's only going to trigger whatever those emotions are for you. So it's okay to say, you know what, even though everybody likes this person, I don't feel comfortable around this person, so I'm going to monitor that interaction. I'm not going to follow every single person just because every person likes that, like let's say if there's somebody that you follow on Instagram who's like really into fitness, but for you it triggers all of these feelings of inadequacy. Instead of just going, well, I'm just going to follow them just because everybody else says I should, instead make a different choice and say to yourself, you know what, I don't feel comfortable following that person. There's plenty of other people that I can follow, so I'm going to follow that person instead. Number 3, stay focused on you. Way too many of us, including myself, get really sidetracked because we start comparing our success or our failures to somebody else's successes and failures. We feel like, well, they didn't fail the way that I failed, or they're succeeding faster than I am, or they're making more money, or they have more attention, or they have what I want, blah, 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 blah. And we get so into that story of comparing ourselves to wherever they are that we completely lose sight of our own dream, our own vision, and we forget the reason why we feel motivated to do what we want in the first place. Whew, that took a lot to say. So instead of getting caught up in your head, comparing yourself to what everybody else is doing, I want to encourage you to stay focused on you. What do you want to do? What do you feel you should do? Who do you feel you should talk to? What should you wake up and say to yourself before you get on social media? Whatever the case is. Now, this has been something that I've struggled with a lot, because I'm constantly trying to take advice and feedback from everyone else that I consider to be very successful. And although that is fantastic, there's nothing wrong with getting advice from people. The dilemma that I have seen in my own life and that I have faced is that I've often put their advice over my own intuition. And so even when I felt like something didn't quite work with me, I gave it up. I gave up my own intuition because I was like, well, what they're doing works for them, so it must work for me. But that's not the case. It certainly isn't. I mean, have you ever tried to maybe sing, but you can't sing? Right? Like, so even though singing works for them, it does not work for you, and that's okay. So it's the same with a lot of other things. Just because somebody's giving you advice and it works for them, it's perfect, it's brought them the most money, the most attention, and the most success, whatever it is that you want to title or label as successful, even though that's happened for them, I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't automatically mean it's going to be successful for you. I mean, that's the truth. It really isn't. And this is both the fun side and the challenging side of life, is that you're constantly having to tweak what you're doing and what works and all of that, because of the fact that you don't really know like what works and what doesn't. So it's fun because you get to be creative and come up with new ideas and new ways to deal with things. But yes, it can also be challenging because it's like, it's so nice to have a roadmap. It sucks when you're the one trying to create it, right? But it's really important that you stay focused on what you want to do. Focus on what inspires you, what lights you up, and then do that thing. And then lastly, what I want to encourage you to do is take mental breaks. Okay, there was a time where I was getting super depressed and super upset, and the reason why was because I was spending way too much time on the internet and with other people. Now, I am an extrovert, okay? So I love to be around people, okay? But I do notice that when I spend too much time around other people, I get so inundated with all of their advice, their energy, that I forget who I am and I forget what's important to me. So it's important that I take regular breaks from hanging out with people or from being on the internet. So I may have a weekend where I don't get on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, or anything, and I love that stuff. But I choose at that moment, like, I'm not going to get onto any of that stuff because it's only going to trigger feelings of inadequacy in me. It's going to trigger feelings of comparisons. It's going to trigger FOMO, whatever it is. So I need to take a break. A good thing to do during those times where you decide to take a break is to meditate. And the reason why I encourage meditation is not only because of the awesome effects on your stress and anxiety levels, but also because it forces you to hear your own voice. Again, remember, you are living life for you, not for your mama, not for your friends, not for your husband or your wife or your kids. You're living life for you. But if you're so caught up in what everybody else wants you to do, you lose who you are. And as a result, it triggers all of those other negative feelings, the comparison feeling, the FOMO, the depression. All of that happens because you're allowing all this other stuff to take precedence over your own self-care. So meditating gets you back to center and focuses your mind onto, what does Lexi want? What's going to make Lexi feel good? And then doing that, I'm telling you, gives you so much clarity and direction on what job to take, who to talk to, what resources. A lot of times you can get inspiration for the how to reach your vision when you take moments to meditate and be by yourself for a second. So those are the 4 strategies that I use to help me when I'm dealing with self-doubt. I would love to know down in the comments, what are some of the ways that you've dealt with self-doubt in the past? How do you get past those negative feelings, and what suggestions and advice would you give to someone else who's also dealing with the same thing? I wish you all of the best. Don't forget to click subscribe so that you'll know when a new video is up. And they have a whole new feature now where if you click that little bell down below, it'll actually notify you when I post a video. So go ahead and click that so you'll know when I post. There is a new website that's coming, and I cannot wait to reveal that to you. So I'll probably reveal that in the next video. And then there you'll see so much more on how to kind of enhance your own fitness, enhance your own beauty, and of course, build your spirit. So I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for continuing to support and love me. Mwah. Have a great day. Bye.